We are live. Oh my goodness, super excited, guys. Three actionable steps to make holiday profit planning simple. If you see me looking back and forth, it's just because there's multiple screens going on at one time. That's how these things go. It is what it is. And so I'm super excited about it. The holiday season is coming. Ready or not, here it comes. But what you want to do is to be the most profitable that you can during the holiday season. There's no need to get excited, to get hyped, and you're running and you're ripping, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is going to be the year. And then we drop the bag, right? We don't want to do that. We want to make sure that you are as profitable as possible during the holiday season. But what does that take? That takes actionable planning. That takes you doing some things. And so I want to teach you a couple of steps that we go through. I'm definitely going to introduce myself, and then I'm going to give you the opportunity to work with me in a workshop that is absolutely amazing. I cannot wait for this workshop. It's coming soon, where I will walk you through the whole process of Black Friday and how to make it the most profitable it can be for you. You don't have to sell a million things, but you do have to sell things, and there's a way to do it profitably all in one shot. So I definitely want to get to that. But for those of you who are watching on Facebook, or you have YouTube, you have the opportunity of the screen. Unfortunately, Instagram, not so much, but that's okay. I'll walk you through it. I'll talk you through it. But you have the option of the screen for those of you who are on those social media platforms. um, so here is the first thing. Let me move my slides because for some reason they're not moving. There we go. So before I do anything else, I want to introduce myself, because you might be like, lady, I don't know who you are and why I should be listening to you. You're scrolling out here in these streets. Well, first and foremost, my name is Erica Lade. I'm the Money Elevation Strategist, Chief Profit Coach at Global Profit Solutions, where we help ambitious entrepreneurs like you maximize and manage the profit in their business through action based planning, realistic budgeting. Yes, let's get real. And facts, not feelings pricing. We going to do all of the data, all of the information, and give you that so that you can make profitable decisions. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. I have been featured in multiple press organizations, Market Watch and Forbes Black and ABC, NBC, and CW. All of those wonderful things have been awarded all over the place. I'm a 7-time number one best-selling author, an annual summit founder, right? I do an annual summit, the Real Money Talk Summit, each and every year. Certified international keynote speaker. Yes, all of those things. But if you know me for 5 minutes, you know I do not care about any of those accolades. I do not care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care about none of that. It is all about the impact for me. It is all about creating massive impact for entrepreneurs, my fellow entrepreneurs. And so all of that is wonderful. Sometimes people want to see that stuff, and that's fine. But it's all about the impact for me. And so it's all about how I can impact and create a massive impact for your business and make it as profitable as possible. So we're going to talk about three actionable steps to make holiday profit planning simple. Simple, okay? So the first thing we're going to talk about is setting clear and measurable profit goals. Hear me clearly. A lot of time entrepreneurs get upset in their feelings about Black Friday because they hear, what other people made. They hear what other people created for their business. They hear what happened for them. And what they aren't clear on is their own goals. Get clear about your goals. Set it out. Are you in Black Friday to make X amount of dollars? Whatever those dollars are, write it down. Are you doing Black Friday to improve your visibility so that people can see your expertise, so that people can see, can hire you as maybe you're a speaker, and maybe you are a coach of some sort? Are you clear on, maybe you are building your list? Maybe you're building your email list. And that is the goal for what you're doing for Black Friday. Whatever the goal is, let's just make sure you are clear about that goal, because the only way to attain a goal is to understand what it is in the beginning. Okay. And so I want you to be clear about your goals. So write it down. Write it down. What does success for this Black Friday look like for you? What we cannot say is, well, I just want to make as much money as possible. That sounds good. It really good. But that is not measurable. We cannot measure that. And therefore, we can't assess whether or not it was successful or it was not. And so I want you to write down your clear targets, right? Whether they're revenue goals, like I said, whether they're number of units that you want to move, whether it's you building your list, whether it's more visibility, whatever it is, just be clear about what it is. And we talk about this more in the workshop, but definitely be clear about what your goal actually is so that we can measure it. Because again, if we have goals that we don't measure, we just talked about something. That's literally all we did. We just talked about something. The second thing, number two, and this one is a good one. Um, the second thing that I want you to do is create a detailed marketing plan. It's got to be detailed, right? Not, oh, I'm gonna throw up some posts. And can I be honest with you? My brand is the Real Money Talk brand, so I'm always gonna be real with you. Marketing is not my zone of genius. It is not, but I employ and get help from other folks who it is their zone of genius, right? But make sure as a leader, as a CEO, though you may have folks who may help you do the things, make sure that you have a detailed marketing plan. You understand what goes out, when it goes out, how it goes out, what's going to look like, how it's going to feel. Let me go through that one more time. What goes out, when it goes out, how it's going to go out, how does it feel, right? All of these things are important to your business. And as you are marketing, you need to make sure you're clear on how it's going to be received for your ideal client. Because the worst thing in the world is to invest tons of money on marketing that didn't reach folk. Come on, we've all been there. I'll be honest with you. I've been there. Tons of money on marketing and it didn't work. It failed. Epic fail. Epic fail. Right. And so you don't want that during Black Friday. Remember, during Black Friday, Cyber Monday, holiday seasons, all of those things, people are primed to buy. They are, because 'tis the season. But what you don't want to do is drop the ball. Okay. When you have your target audience season to buy. Okay. And so make sure that you know exactly what these things look and feel like, and you're involved in that process, even if you hand it off to someone else, because you may have people in your business that you could hand it off to. Okay, so make sure that you are very clear on what your detailed marketing plan is, right? So that you know what ads are going out, what social media posts, the emails, all of these things are done, and this effort is made in advance. You do not want to wait until a week before Black Friday trying to figure it out, which is why I do the workshop, 2 months in advance, so I can walk you through the process 2 months in advance. So I can walk you through the planning process, the execution process, and then the process of what happens after Black Friday and Cyber Monday, how to keep customers, for the long term. Okay. So make sure that you have and maybe creating a content calendar. I mean, if you have someone who's assisting you, they probably will do that. But if you're doing it on your own, creating a content calendar so you know when all of these things are working and how they're working together, and is cohesive, right? So make sure that it is cohesive. Strategy number 3, the third thing, because I gotta say this: monitor your budget. And adjust it accordingly. One of the things that I see entrepreneurs do that causes a big problem in their finances is they get into these launches, and for the sake of this, I'm going to call it a launch, but they get into these launches and they just start dumping money when somebody told them do something else, they run that way, and if somebody else told them do something else, they run that way, right? And so now they are spending money all over the place and they don't really realize that they are. I want you to get crystal clear about what your budget is for the holiday season, as far as your sales and promotions and things like that. We talked about pricing, and we'll talk about pricing again, because I think it's a conversation that is worth having. It's very critical to this process, but make sure that you have a clear budget that accounts for the marketing, accounts for the inventory, accounts for fulfillment. Y'all don't be out here selling stuff that you don't have or can't get, or you don't know how to fulfill it. You just sold stuff and now you're like, what happens? No, we want to make sure we have a clear plan for that, a clear a budget for contingency, because things will happen. My other half always talks about Murphy's Law. And Murphy's Law. If it can't happen, baby, it will. He around the corner. Things will always happen. It's not a matter of if things will happen in your business. It's a matter of when they're going to happen. And they tend to happen at the most inopportune times. Like just the most inopportune times. Uh, that's just how it works. But when you are prepared for it, though, you're not stressed about it. When you are prepared, you are not stressed about it, because quite frankly, you are in a space where you're able to take care of it without the stress. The best thing in the world is to know that you have a problem, but you already have a contingency for that problem. So it's okay. I may have this issue, but this is how we're going to handle it. You make better decisions when you are prepared. You make better decisions when you are prepared. And so the preparation of it, of making sure that you have the budget for problems, issues, things that's going to come up, because they will. They will. Been in this long enough, trust me, they will. Um, that you're ready for them, and you track your spending throughout the season, and adjust it as necessary. Now sometimes you may realize during the season, like, oh my gosh, I prepared for $500 when something was 700. But part of being prepared is doing research, making sure okay, if then are you going to be able to solve for everything? Absolutely not. That is unrealistic, because you don't know everything that could go wrong. But the things that you do know, right? We need to make sure that we have that contingency in place so that we are clear. We are clear on those problems. And so I don't know. Just won't work with me today. And so make sure that you're clear on uh, those contingencies, so you are prepared for them. Now again, like I said, you will not know everything that's going to happen. Like, we don't know everything that's going to happen, but what we do know is that things are going to happen. And so the things that we know could happen, we need to be prepared financially for them. The worst thing in the world is to have this great amazing lunch and then this hits you and kills your whole lunch. Like, you don't want that. So make sure that you are prepared for that. Okay. And in keeping with that preparation, I wanted to tell you about the Profitable Blueprint workshop, those 3 strategies and way more. I mean, I just talked to you in a couple of minutes about budgeting. I just talked to you about having a marketing plan, and I talked to you about goal setting. And those are only 3 items on the long laundry list of things that we will discuss. Um, at the Profitable Blueprint workshop. And this workshop is power packed. Yes, we have a laundry list of things that we are going to manage and take care of for you. And so I wanted to make sure that you had access to it. So let me see if I can be fancy, y'all. Uh, y'all know me. Y'all know I don't uh, do all of this fancy stuff. Let me see if I can put it in here. But the workshop is at profitbpworkshop.com. It's at profitbpworkshop.com. And so, oh, there we go. Look at me being fancy. Uh-oh, watch out now. I've got it done. Yes. Fancy. Uh, profitbpworkshop.com is where you can find the workshop. Okay, you get access to the workshop. And so the workshop is going to give you everything you need to have to not only get to Black Friday, but get through Black Friday, right? Because you want to make sure you are fully prepared. So um I gave you some tips, a couple of minutes ago, obviously on goal setting, on marketing, and also too on your budget. But the blueprint workshop is going to give you that. It's also going to give you, an entire a full budget process to make sure you are prepared. Another thing you're going to do is we're going to talk about Black Friday through Cyber Monday. We're going to give you a whole pricing strategy. There's so much that goes into this workshop, and there's so much available inside of it. So profitbpworkshop.com is where that workshop is, and you'll be able to get access to the tickets. I'm going to walk you through the whole thing. So I'm not just going to leave you. just leave it, right? But you can, I have a 60-day plan. And so if you are someone who's like me, who's like, listen, I like to get it all, because the thing is, if you have worksheets and things that I can do to make my life easier, trust and believe I want that. that part. I want all of that. And so we do. We have the VIP purple. Everyone can get an access ticket. We have the VIP purple ticket, though, that offers a fulfillment roadmap where you'll be able to know exactly how to fulfill step by step, specifically for you, 60-day Black Friday actionable game plan. So you have a full game plan. You will leave here knowing what to do, right? There's no confusion. It is straightforward. You know exactly what to do to have your most profitable Black Friday that you've ever had. A Profitable Entrepreneur's Guide to Black Friday workbook is a full workbook. This is not one of those 2-page, 3-page workbooks. I don't judge people, but I'm just saying that's not a workbook. That's some worksheets. This is a full-on workbook. It's a full-on workbook, and so you can do it and work all the way through it to make it specific towards your business, right? And then pre and post workshop support and resources, where we don't leave you, right? We make sure you know exactly what you're doing. But then when Black Friday happens, we also ensure that we figure out what happened, how do we make your customers lifelong customers, and then how to make sure that you can duplicate what you did during Black Friday or accelerate what you did during Black Friday again. And then there is the VIP Black experience, because I love a good experience, is all I'm saying. It's everything that you get in VIP Purple, but you also get a full one-on-one session with yours truly, money and innovation strategist, chief profit coach over here, and I walk through what your plans are, so I can say yay, nay, yes, no, all those things, adjust this, move that, all of these things, so that we go through it together. And then access to the workshop recording, so that you can pause, edit, rewind, pause, rewind, and fast forward, and all of those things, so that you're clear on that. And then you get a roadmap review session, so that you can the fulfillment roadmap that you get in the purple. Now in the VIP Block experience, you get a roadmap review. So I'm looking at your fulfillment now also, and walking you through that to ensure that there's no bottlenecks, there's no issues, there's no concerns, that you're ready to run and do this thing. And so I'm super excited. Choose the ticket that makes the most sense to you. But you have the option of the access ticket. You've got VIP Purple, and you've got VIP Black experience. And these tickets, I've got to be honest with you, they could be 10 times what the cost is, an investment is for these tickets, to be quite honest, and still be valuable. But the access ticket is only $49. Right now, it's only $49 to get into this workshop. And it's a 90-minute workshop. And we'll talk about pricing, like I said, fulfillment, a step-by-step game plan. We'll talk about all of those things: budgeting, planning, pricing, goals, all of that stuff. So for $49, you cannot beat that anywhere. And I'm going to give you the game for Black Friday. So it has been my pleasure being here with you all. But as I always say, it's not about the revenue you generate. It is all about the profit that you get to keep. My name is Erica Lane, the Money Elevation Strategist, Chief Profit Coach at Global Profit Solutions. I'll talk to you all soon. Have an amazing day on purpose.